Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Molly Harvey, and I'm here with my friend and coworker, Jo Jean Thompson. Hi, Jo Jean.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How about you?
Doing good, thanks.
Good. So we are here today to talk about a program called Prime for Life. And we are with Up North Prevention. I'll give just a quick little background on that. We work for Up North Prevention, which is a initiative of Catholic Human Services. And we do drug and alcohol education throughout northern lower Michigan. We work with adults and youth, and one of the programs that we teach is called Prime for Life. So Jo Jean has been teaching Prime for Life for a very long time and is an expert in that specific program. So Jo Jean, if you don't mind, I'll just have you start by talking a little bit about what Prime for Life is and what it covers. What is Prime for Life all about?
Prime for Life is an evidence-based program that has been scientifically created. So it's designed around facts to embrace students' values and who they are, and help them to make healthier choices when it comes to high-risk decisions with substance abuse. They might be well into that kind of lifestyle or those choices, and it begins to help you evaluate, give you the tools to evaluate whether or not this is a good lifestyle for you, not so it doesn't condemn or anything like that. It's very um, it's just a great program that really makes people feel comfortable and giving them the tools to understand some of these high risk decisions and some of the outcomes of them. So I really like it. I think it's a great program. I always tell my students that they're really gonna have a lot of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge is power, and so by the time that they're done with this program, it runs for 6 hours usually. When counselors teach it, it runs for 12. But during that time, your head just begins to fill up with lots of exclamation points, like I didn't know that, so I can make better decisions when I know how it's going to impact me. So, kind of in a nutshell, that's what Prime for Life was designed to do. It's a national program, and so it's not just something little that we invented. It's a really solid program. We'll get into that though.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's a great overview. Um, so there's lots of different programs, as you kind of alluded to, some of which we teach, so many different ones available to the audience that we serve. What makes Prime for Life different than some of those other programs?
Well, and some of the important things that you just want to start out with is that not only is it an evidence-based program, which means it's been studied over a long period of time, the outcomes of the program have been tested, but it's also very carefully facilitated so that the people who are teaching it are using the DVDs, they're using their knowledge and their training as leaders, and they're certified in this particular curriculum. So they're we the class that's delivered then is very well done and very well crafted to keep people at ease and being able to think through all these new things. It's hard to change, and that's at the core of the curriculum, is like, how do I change somebody's mind? Well, first you have to learn the facts, and then you have to decide, how does this apply to me? And it might not today, but maybe tomorrow. So the part of the facilitator is extremely important. So having them skilled and ready to be able to deliver the program is part of it, but having a really great program to deliver is the other part. So this particular program, Prime for Life, is or has been on the SAMHSA NREP program, so the National Registry for Evidence-Based Programs and Practices. So it's kind of like a gold standard program. And again, it's used nationally perhaps even broader than that, internationally even. So I'm really kind of proud to be able to say that, our, not only me, but Up North Prevention has quite a few facilitators that were able to use this program.
Yeah, that's great. And as you mentioned, there is a pretty rigorous training process for the trainer prior to even being able to administer the program, right?
Yeah, it's 3 days and you have to study, and they're like 8-hour days.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be really good at it, before that they'll put their rubber stamp on you.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. So, who is kind of the target audience in terms of who would actually participate in this program?
So our target audience is anybody that's 16 and up. It's appropriate. It's like getting your feet wet in the whole topic of alcohol and what it can do to your body, as well as other things like marijuana, um, things that um, a person's body might become addicted to. So it's appropriate really for those mid-teen years and up. It could be presented to anybody, anywhere, families. We now have Zoom capacity, so anybody that can get on the internet can have this class. You could be sitting there together as a family or a couple or a group of friends, however it is that you want to do it. And Up North Prevention is working really hard at providing this to just about anywhere. We take it into schools. We use it with people who are involved with the court system, and they have referrals that have been given to us. So we follow up and make sure everybody has workbooks, um, and it's a free program. So it's pretty cool to be able to offer, you know, a I forget how much the workbooks are. I guess they're $7 for some, maybe
Mhm.
14 for some, depending on how big a workbook that we order. But being able to provide that and then have a certificate at the end and then walk away smiling. I'm very proud to say that almost all my students walk away smiling. And that's very hard to do as a facilitator. But I want to know that this information meant something to them.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Is there a particular student or maybe group of students where you saw maybe some benefits that Prime for Life really has to offer those students? Maybe a specific incident with one person that was really kind of influenced in a positive way. Do you have any examples of things like that that you might want to share?
Well, um, we have an opportunity to write down our own personal motivation for um, refusing to use things that might be harmful to us, kind of designing our our success story, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some kids just really not been challenged that way before, early on. Especially, I have presented it to eighth graders as well, so it's kind of a new thing as an eighth grader, maybe to be thinking way down the road, but to understand how these things can really take over your life and kind of mess up where you think you're going. So the kids make a list of the things that are important to them and their goals for life. And we also make a list right alongside it of things that might mess up that trajectory or those goals. And usually they self-identify. Yeah, drugs could mess me up, or partying too much could mess me up. Some of the most interesting things that we learn is the brain science that's involved with addictions, as well as just partying and some of the damaging effects that we can have just in the lightweight goofing around. And I've had students all of a sudden say, "Oh, I already have this kind of biological risk, um, or my family has struggled with this, and perhaps maybe I do too. Maybe this would not be a good thing." So they begin to design their own life based on their own biological risk factors, and not knowing, maybe up until that point they've had to go home and perhaps ask their family. Or I've had students before that it was like a light bulb went off in their head and they're like, "Oh, my whole family was struggling with this. Maybe I might struggle with it too," and kind of gives us a heads up. So again, the curriculum is just really designed around each student. And I think each student walks away with a different aha moment. It just means something different to each person. And that's kind of the beauty of the program is that it's individualized in that respect.
Yeah, yeah, thanks. That's a great explanation of it. I loved that component of, you know, we're not looking at bad behavior versus good behavior. We're looking at risky behavior or behavior that might be more risky versus less risky or more safe choices. And I think that's a really kind of good distinction to make, which doesn't alienate somebody or label somebody bad or good, but we're just looking at, hey, maybe this due to your maybe genetic predisposition, this might be a more risky
Right.
behavior to participate in,
Right.
whereas to somebody else, it might be less risky. And I think that's a really neat component to Prime for Life.
It is. It's really at the heart of the whole thing is saying the definition of the word risk. It's not my definition. It's created around what you think is valuable. Is your health valuable? Are your goals valuable? Would you be willing to risk those, losing them? And
Right.
so the risk is created not in a moral function, but the definition is created around what's important to you. Are you willing to risk those things? So it's a risky behavior based on what's important to you.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. So you mentioned evidence-based. Did you want to touch on that a little bit more, just in depth of what that means and why it's important?
Oh, sure. So evidence, where do they get the evidence? So it's going to be not only in the facts. So these are scientific facts that they bring out, the research and development towards addiction and health choices, whether things are healthy or not, whether then the evidence comes out of how did this material change me? Did it affect my choices in any way, shape, or form? And did I walk away feeling like I was had tools to make stronger choices, to make healthier decisions? So put that together. This is not an curriculum where they use exaggerations or fear factors. These are objective facts. I'm very proud to be able to say I'm presenting facts. This isn't about me. It's about facts, and this is science, and this is we've all been lied to. So many, if somebody's trying to sell you a piece of gum, they may or may not tell you all the truth about it, but we find that in advertising all the time. So to be able to say, oh, I've never heard that before, about that particular kind of product because it's been sold and commercialized and so on. So being able to say these are the facts about it, they're just cold hard facts, and does it affect you? Does it help you to make a decision that protects you? So again, that's what the presenting something that's scientific, as well as knowing the evidence base. It's going to be presented regularly the same way each time, that the instructors are maximizing their knowledge, delivering the material consistently. So we use the DVDs quite a bit that come with it, and we are taught to be able to make smooth transitions. So it's like a live slides. It's very high tech, and it's very professionally done. It's very, very nice material. We're very proud to be able to present this. So
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Well, thank you so much for all that information. I think we can agree that Prime for Life is a really great program that can serve many people. So we're looking, just to reiterate, we're looking at 16 and up.
mhm.
As of right now, we're doing primarily Prime for Life via Zoom. So we are doing that, over the internet, and you can find us at www.upnorthprevention.org. So if you go to our website, you can actually sign up yourself or somebody else to Prime for Life. If you're with the court or the schools and you need to refer somebody, you could sign up there. There's a tab where you'll actually go through the registration process. And as Jogene mentioned, it is a free program. So details on how everything would proceed would be on our website. Again, that's www.upnorthprevention.org. And thank you so much, Jo Jean. I really appreciate the information, and we will talk to you soon.
Okay, great. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye.